On the 22nd of March 2020, the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, announced the closure of Ghana's borders, land and air, as part of measures to mitigate or to combat the spread of coronavirus. Now, since then, we've seen a number of extensions of this directive, and so Ghana's borders remain closed. On this edition of the Citi Newsroom, we're speaking to foreigners who are in the country to find out how they are coping. Let's start off from the University of Ghana, where some foreign students are still in their hostels. Let's engage them and find out what the situation is, how they are surviving as foreign students in Ghana at a period where almost everything else has been shut down as borders remain closed, and whether or not they would want to go back to their home countries. This is the Citi Newsroom. So we have a gentleman who's from Benin, but a student here in Ghana. We're going into his room to talk to him briefly. Hello. Hi. So I guess we can come in. Basically, we want to find out what life has been for you here in Ghana since this coronavirus outbreak.
We are trying to create an activity between we guys who stay, who are foreigners here. The most important activity is to work out. During the day, mostly studying. If you have assignment, quiz, online things, we'll do it.
Let's look at how you're surviving in this period. How difficult is it? And then let's look at how you survive on a daily basis here in the hostel.
It's very difficult for us to receive money from our parents through those transfer application money. About our daily life, most of the time we cook and sometimes we buy food. We started buy food since they lifted the lockdown, and the night market are still open, but things are very expensive.
So that means prices of foodstuff have now gone up?
Yeah, have now gone out. Like example, the tomatoes, one tomatoes you get it at 1 cedis. The groundnut we always buying 50 cedis is now 1 cedis, and the fruits and the other stuff also, their price is up now.
Do you miss home?
Of course, I miss home because I would like to be in family, share food, share stories, share everything, everyday life with them. But I can't do anything about it right now. I just need to hold on, and when they'll open the borders, I'll go back home.
Thank you very much. We're going to go knock on another door, see if we can get another person to interact with, find out how challenging it is for them as foreigners here in Ghana at a point where our borders have been shut, and so they are unable to go back to their home countries. We've come to the ground floor, room 12. We're going to knock, see if anybody's home. Oh, yes. Okay, so we have another gentleman here. Tell us, on a daily, what is life like for you as a foreigner here in Ghana at a point where the borders have been closed?
Well, it's about taking it step by step. Initially, at the beginning, we were struggling because previously we had structure, go to class, this, that. So we had to create that structure on our own. So now what we do is we try and organize events among ourselves. We say, okay, by this time we are going to read. By this time we are going to eat. We eat together. We try and create that family and community vibe amongst ourselves. So that's basically it. And we have game nights, chess, Ludo, checkers. So basically that.
Basically to keep you entertained.
Yeah.
Now, finally, let's look at the cost of living for you now. Has that gone up?
Where my expenses have gone up is the food, because I buy a lot of fresh foods now, and the data.
Let's see, how much stress has all this put on you, knowing that you are a student and of course your academics will also be having a toll on you? How stressful has this period been for you?
Well, it had been stressful, to say like 85% stressful, because there are some things you haven't like seen the lecturer explaining to you one-on-one, and you are expected to read, go on YouTube, go to other websites. You don't really understand what you're actually gaining until you hear your lecturer's voice to explain the slides. So you have to do extra work, put more effort in it. So it has been telling on me.
Our lockdown here in Ghana has been lifted. Of course, it was a partial one. It's been lifted. How difficult is it accessing money from home? And then let's look at your finances here. Has it gone up or has it come down?
One, my finances had gone up. Definitely, I'm indoors. I'm not going to class. No going out. Definitely, your body be telling you eat, sleep, eat, sleep, eat, sleep. So it had gone higher. And getting money from Nigeria now, it's kind of difficult because banks are closed. There's some, in fact, online transaction doesn't really work well again because of internet provision at all. So what I do is, for my parents, they kind of like call my uncle, who is a manager of a particular bank, to send money to me. So that is the only hope I actually have. But it has been stressful. Sometimes if I want to get money from my parents, I tell them like 2 weeks ahead, so they know what to do, because the banks are locked. They can't go to the bank for transaction.
Thank you very much. So basically that's the situation here. International student hostel on the campus of the University of Ghana. Let's cross over to South Africa and let's speak to some Ghanaians who are living there and find out if the situation is same with them.
Me ba holidays South Africa ha na lockdown no ebeche me enti no sesia no de ekeka ko gesike nyina ansa ye ho yam budget say ye ba betina ha ache enti no amaye ho tire wa ha enti ye stre aban ne say ye pa ne cho de ekeka ko na fe de ko echire dudu enti ye de rade stre no bie na ye mbra obie ye mpo na ye bewie na so betu mpo a enye hwe, because ye nim say ye ba be che wa ha enti bibia ye pasa wa ha de wa de na ekeka ko no ye stre na do ye stre no ombie ye na ye mbra.
Personally, I even developed hypertension. I have to be rushed to the hospital. Now I'm on hypertension medications right now as I talk to you, because of the stress that I go through to be able to endure this hardship in South Africa. I still want to take this opportunity from you, Citi TV, to reach out to the president, our president, Nana Akufo-Addo, who we believed in and voted for, and he being a father to our nation, Ghana, and also a father to the other stranded citizens abroad. I will plead with him that he should not forget about his citizens who are stranded outside. It's not been easy for us to survive in someone's land at this time. Assuming we have a permit, we have everything here that is making us get money here, we won't be bothered much. But some of us don't have. It's just a visit we came to pay. So it's been very difficult. As I'm talking to you, I always have to get money from Ghana before I can pay my bills over here.
Those were the views of some Ghanaians living in South Africa. Back in Accra, we're going to engage some more people who are here not by choice. So let me welcome this gentleman to the Citi Newsroom.
Yeah, thank you.
How long have you been in Ghana?
I think a little over 2 months. I got here on 19th March, and I'm still here, as you can see. So
You're here because you want to, or because the borders have been closed and you're unable to fly back?
obviously now my return ticket got canceled, the first one, so I had to get a couple other tickets. It got canceled also, and then the border closure also is not helping. So I really want to go back, but I can't. So I have to wait till the border reopens so I can get another ticket and go.
The cancellation of your tickets, it's what cost to you?
It is, and majority of the airlines are not really going to give you a refund. So it's almost as you just got to figure out another way to go back.
Tell us, how has it been for you here in Ghana within this period?
It has been challenging the first few weeks, especially with the restrictions on movements. But as those restrictions lessen, it got a little better. So it's not so bad now. But what can I say? I'm managing, so pretty much.
How is all this affecting your work?
Me personally, in the beginning it was tough, but the only consolation for me is that I've been able to work remotely from here, so it's not been that difficult for me personally. But I have other friends who are still stuck here, who are unable to work, remotely. So for me, it's just, I would say I'm probably one of the few who could actually just still be stuck here and working. So.
What of family? How has this affected your relationship with family back at home? Do you miss them?
Of course, definitely. So it's just been, FaceTime calls and, WhatsApp calls, and just trying to just keep up, just make sure these don't really affect the communication processing. But it's been a huge challenge on that department, but we're managing, so that's all we can do.
All right, thank you very much. Let's bring you some more experiences of persons who are in the country, not by choice, but because of the fact that the borders remain closed.
I arrived in Ghana on February 27th for a business trip as I escorted 4 American guests to Ghana from March 3rd to March 9th to celebrate Ghana's March 6 March, Independence Day festivities. However, once mid-March came around, after my American guests had left, our President Donald Trump issued a level 4 travel ban, warning to all Americans who are abroad, which included me, that either we had to return to America immediately or risk staying abroad indefinitely. After talking with my family and friends and several of my Ghanaian connections here, I decided that it was in the best interest of me to stay in Ghana indefinitely. The tourism sector has been hit hard throughout the world, especially international tourism. It's, I always say, who would have thought after the year of return on March 15th, our president here in Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, would say no one can return. For me, it's been a little different. I've shared my story abroad. My story has gone viral in America. So many American news sources have covered my story. I've gained a lot of notoriety, social media verifications, articles written in papers, magazines, videos, things like that. So for me personally, my brand has grown. My brand has strengthened. I've been able to take advantage of the situation. But for many of my competitors, colleagues, whatever you may want to call them, things have been very difficult for them. They're not allowed to travel. They're not allowed to produce content. People are asking for refunds on their tickets. They're not selling new tickets. They're canceling bookings and reservations. So, it's definitely been difficult. I'm an exception, but it's been difficult for a lot of people.
Talk about family. Do you have family back in the States, and how has all this affected your relationship with family back in the States?
Yeah, I do. Communication, it's okay, but me trying to go back and see them, so I've really missed them, and some get a chance to work, some are not working, so either way I have to support them even though I'm here. It's really hard, but somehow I'm trying to deal with the situation.
Finally, what is your day like? How do you while away the time? What would you have been doing differently if you were back in the States?
Well, my job back in the States, I'm always busy working, always. But being here, here is home. Like I said, I have other jobs I'm running. It's kind of a little difficult because I'm not really used to the environment here. It's back in the States, my timing, how I portion my going and coming back, it's very systematic. And I deal with it in the way I have to. But here, you have to deal with it the way it brings itself. So it's not really easy for me here.